Playing over 2 decades at the highest level of professional basketball isn't just unprecedented, it's practically humanly impossible. For over 21 years, LeBron James has defied Father Time, surpassing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's all-time scoring record, eclipsing 40,000 career points, and holding down the league's top spot far longer than anyone before him. We celebrate the jaw-dropping highlights, the $100 million shoe contracts, and the historic longevity, but the reality behind the scenes during his final stretch has been far more brutal. From immense physical strain and volatile front office politics to the unprecedented scrutiny placed on his son and the high-stakes decisions leading up to his departure from Los Angeles. This is the dark truth about LeBron James's final years in the NBA. The father-son paradox and Bronny's scrutiny. In June 2024, history was officially made when the Los Angeles Lakers drafted Bronny James with the 55th overall pick, uniting LeBron and his eldest son as the first active father-son duo in NBA history. On the surface, it was a fairy tale milestone, a legendary father sharing an official NBA floor with his child. However, behind the history-making headlines lay an intense media storm and immense pressure that fell squarely on the 20-year-old rookie. From the moment Bronny stepped onto the court, every missed jumper, turnover, and rotational decision was analyzed under a microscope. Critics relentlessly questioned whether he earned the roster spot on merit or through sheer parental leverage, turning his rookie development into a constant national debate. LeBron got his dream moment, but the byproduct was placing his son under an unprecedented level of public judgment before Bronny even had the chance to establish his own professional identity. This relentless spotlight exposed the young guard to toxic internet culture and unfair comparisons to his father's extraterrestrial talent level. Every post-game press conference transformed into an interrogation regarding Bronny's readiness, rather than an analysis of team execution. Consequently, a moment meant to be pure joy became a psychological crucible for the entire family. The father-son experiment forced Bronny to mature overnight under the harshest possible media glare imaginable. Ultimately, the heavy emotional toll of defending his son in public added an invisible layer of exhaustion to LeBron's already demanding twilight years. The cost of longevity, high-stakes body maintenance, and physical toll. While LeBron's ability to put up elite numbers past age 40 seems effortless on television, maintaining that level of performance requires extreme physical trade-offs. LeBron famously spends roughly $1.5 million annually on his body utilizing hyperbaric chambers, cryotherapy, specialized trainers, and strict biometric tracking just to stay game-ready. Yet, no amount of money can completely stop the natural aging process. In his late 30s and early 40s, minor bumps that used to heal overnight turned into lingering groin strains, foot ligament injuries, and ankle sprains that sidelined him for extended periods. Instead of cruising through late career seasons like past superstars, LeBron was forced to play through constant physical pain and elevated wear and tear, bearing a grueling physical load to keep his teams competitive late into the spring. The sheer accumulation of minutes regular season, playoffs, and international play created a cumulative fatigue that sleep and recovery protocols could no longer fully erase. Days off required grueling hours of therapeutic manipulation just to get his joints to loosen up for shoot-around. Every explosive drive to the rim carried an inherent risk of catastrophic structural damage that could end his career on the spot. This daily battle against his own cellular decay transformed basketball from a joyful pursuit into a grueling high-stakes medical management operation. Front office politics and roster collateral damage. Throughout his late tenure in Los Angeles, LeBron held immense influence over team building, forcing the franchise into win-now trades that stripped away future depth. High-risk moves and cap space bottlenecks left the team short on assets as tension flared between short-term expectations and long-term sustainability. Executives found themselves trapped in a reactive cycle of trading first-round picks to appease an aging superstar's demands. This dynamic created internal friction as younger supporting players felt like disposable assets in a system built around one man. Consequently, the team's developmental pipeline suffered, leaving the franchise vulnerable to a steep post-LeBron rebuilding collapse. The political chess match between ownership's asset security and a win-now timetable fractured organizational unity behind closed doors. Playoff reality checks and the unexpected exit. Despite heroic late-career individual statistical outputs, the cold reality of team playoff results began to catch up. Sweeps and early-round playoff exits against fresh championship contenders revealed a widening gap between LeBron's personal excellence and his team's ability to compete for titles at the absolute highest level. The breaking point arrived after years of roster frustration in Los Angeles. In a move that sent shockwaves across the league, LeBron decided to walk away from his massive contract in LA, leaving behind the Lakers and his son's home team to sign a veteran deal elsewhere in pursuit of one last true championship run. It proved that even for the game's biggest icon, the final years are rarely a seamless Hollywood fairy tale, but rather a constant, desperate chase for competitive relevance. The stark realization that his individual brilliance could no longer single-handedly mask a flawed roster orchestration forced a harsh psychological reckoning. Watching younger, more cohesive teams run past the Lakers in May exposed the limits of top-heavy team building in the modern pace and space era. Choosing to relocate late in his career meant uprooting established family routines and embracing yet another high-stakes gamble in an unfamiliar locker room. This final, abrupt transition shattered the illusion of a peaceful, localized retirement, proving that his competitive obsession completely outweighed sentimental comfort. Ultimately, his departure signaled a bitter end to the Hollywood era, driven by the cold, unforgiving pursuit of one final ring. The unforgiving weight of legacy. For most NBA legends, the final years are a celebrated farewell tour, where fans appreciate every sunset performance. But because LeBron set a standard of elite greatness for over 20 years, he was never granted the luxury of a quiet exit. Every game he played in his 20s was compared to Michael Jordan. Every game he plays in his 40s is measured against his own peak self. If he scores 30 points in a loss, hot take culture debates his leadership. If he rests on the second night of a back-to-back, critics question his drive. The dark truth of LeBron's final years is that no matter how many scoring records he shatters, or how far he pushes the boundaries of human athletics, the goalposts for his legacy will always be moved. While normal aging players receive grace and appreciation from the public, his supernatural baseline weaponized his own past against him. Social media pundits dissected every body language cue, searching for signs of decline to prematurely write the eulogy of his career. This endless cultural commentary robbed him of the simple joy of playing the game for its own sake, turning every single night on the court into a referendum on his historical standing. In the end, the heaviest burden he carried wasn't the physical load of 40-minute games, but the crushing, inescapable weight of his own immortal mythos. The curtain is slowly drawing shut on the greatest athletic run modern sports has ever witnessed. But as LeBron James navigates these final chapters, his story serves as a reminder that staying at the very top comes with immense trade-offs, relentless pressure, and tough business decisions. Which aspect of LeBron's final years do you think has been the most challenging? The constant pressure on Bronny, the front office struggles, or the unforgiving legacy expectations? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next breakdown. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.